All right, we're going to turn now to a topic on the minds of so many. After more than a year of remote work, companies are now preparing their employees for a return to office plan, while rising COVID-19 cases and new variants may impede those tentative timelines. One thing is clear, nearly everyone is anxious to know what this new normal is going to look like. So here to break down what we need to know about returning to work are our a panel of experts, compassionate leadership expert, the CEO and founder of Workplace Catalyst, Magalie René, psychotherapist and mom of one of our own producers, Dr. Teresa Taylor Williams, Harvard Business School professor and author of Remote Work Revolution, Succeeding from Anywhere, Tsedal Neeley, as well as our very own chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jen Ashton. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. And Tsedal, I'm going to start with you because you've got a book out that explains and talks about remote learning. This isn't anything new, but obviously during this pandemic, it's become accelerated. It has become a new normal. And you say, sure, yes, there are logistical benefits. We can all understand that. But you also say it offers an important aspect of inclusion for many. Explain that.
So this is about diversity and inclusion. On the one hand, we have access to more talent because we're no longer bound by geographies. On the inclusion side, minorities, women, people with special needs find remote work much more accessible to them, democratizing, and an opportunity for them not to take the physical commute that's tough, the psychological commute that's tough, and feel much more integrated.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Dr. Williams, we want to point out because a lot of employees are very hesitant to come back to the office. There may be fear of just this pandemic or not wanting to in general. And in fact, according to the World Economic Forum, employers have faced the highest rate of resignation ever in April and May of 2021. What role do you think mental health may play in some of this?
Mental health plays a huge role in this because we are fearing the unknown. We don't know what we're facing once we go back into the workplace. And so what we want to do is take steps to reduce as much anxiety about the uncertainty of returning to work. So maybe you want to arrange with your employer to see your office again. Get familiar with it. Go in on a Saturday. And certainly if you have not been going on public transportation, get on the bus, take that route. Take the train, drive in, so that you're going to be recognizing your routine again and reducing the anxiety of returning.
I love that. That's what we can do. Dr. Jen, what are companies or what companies should be doing to keep their employees safe?
Well, they're doing a lot. And we have to remember you can't make risk zero, but you can mitigate the risk. You can make it lower. So I think people can expect to see changes in ventilation, changes in spacing, or where cubicles or offices are, how far apart desks are, different shifts and hours, and then better hygiene, better sanitation, and then testing protocols. And of course, the biggest tool that we're already starting to see a lot of is mandating vaccination or requiring weekly testing. So I think there's a lot in that toolbox.
All right. And Magalie, you specialize in teaching businesses about compassionate leadership. Certainly there is a lot of empathy and compassion that's needed in the workplace. Absolutely. Now more than ever. What can leaders do to achieve that in these times right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think compassionate leadership is really about how leaders are being as they're doing the important work that they're doing. So when we're thinking about how we're engaging with our employees, with our teams, first things first, we've got to create connection and relationship. So don't make any assumptions that you know what everyone needs. Know what the resources are that are available at the organization, but also be in relationship and be asking. Don't assume that you know what people need. Ask and also set context. So powerful communication is really helpful. Create that environment and that relationship of caring so people know that you care.
It's that concept of feeling psychologically safe as well as physically safe.
100%. Yeah. It's psychological safety. It's also emotional safety. And we're not therapists, right? But at the same time, we can give that impression. We can connect with people.
Physical safety, emotional safety. There's also financial security as well. So Tsedal, working from home, as we've talked about, has a lot of benefits. And one of them could be that employees might be overlooking the cost challenges that people then reassume when they have to physically go back to work, correct?
Yes, there are challenges in terms of if you are changing locations, the cost of living that is embedded in people's salaries then gets to change. At the same time, employers have to think more deeply about the cost of working if you are in a hybrid format where some days you're working from home, some days you're coming in the office. When you're working from home, you're giving up real estate in your house. You're giving up broadband. You're displacing activities in your household to do the business of your work. And that has to be part of the calculus.
Yeah, what a great conversation. I want to thank everybody for being here. And I'll start with Tsedal Neeley and Magalie René, Dr. Teresa Taylor Williams, and of course, Dr. Jen. She's always here, right? Thank you for being with us and joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.